Sometimes the technology gets me a little frazzled, right? So we're talking about being the light today and what that actually means. There was a song, or there still is a song that I listen to, and it talks about be the lighthouse. And I would listen to it in Bali when I was on my scooter driving through the city, and I was in the shower being like, okay, what am I going to talk about today? I have no idea. And then it hit me. I was listening to a YouTube video and it was like, oh yeah, be the light. Let's talk about this. This is a really good topic. And the reason why I think it's such a beautiful topic, it's because we are so programmed to be numb, to be desensitized, to be in a space where it's not enough. When I get X, Y, and Z, I'll be happy instead of just being happy now, right? If you are watching this and you live in the United States, or in a westernized country, if you will, no matter what troubles you have, we are not dealing with and we're not faced with a lot of the stuff less fortunate countries have, right? And so the idea and the point that I'm trying to make is that if you live in a westernized culture, society, country, you have privilege. You do. You have a level of privilege. And I get that not everybody on my lives on Instagram and Facebook are from America or are from certain parts of Europe. I do have people that follow me from all over the world, and not every part of the world. And some people, even in our own country, are struggling and have very bad problems. And I get that. And the point that I'm trying to make is those of us who have, my friend and I call them first world problems, right? And so it's like, oh, I didn't get paid on time. It's a first world problem, and it can be scary and it can be fearful. Oh, my car's not working. First world problem. Oh, the bus is late. Also a first world problem, right? My credit card got declined. I hate the people I work with. My boss is insecure and self-centered and self-seeking. These are all first world problems. It is a privilege that you have a job. It is a privilege that you get to show up and work every day to make money, to pay your bills, to support your partner, to do things that you wouldn't normally get to do if you weren't in this country, right? I just want to see if I can, yeah, there we go. Fix the lighting on my face. And really the beauty of it is that you get to be the light. You get to be like, yeah, things totally are bombing right now. They're not good, but I'm alive. I have a roof over my head. I've got food in my stomach. Like, you go down the list and you really look for the things that you can be grateful for. And I get that there's actual clinical depression and there are other things at play, and it's like, no, but you don't understand my story. I have to do everything on my own. And what we don't realize is that all the thoughts and perceptions we have, generally, if you haven't done inner work or personal development, it has been put on you by somebody else. It has not been your belief system. It was given to you by a parent. It was given to you by a significant other or a boss or whomever. It doesn't matter. It was given to you. It is not yours. And so when we get into this space of, oh my God, what am I going to do? And it's like, what would it look like if you were just the light? What would it look like if you honored yourself and you said, okay, I get that I'm freaking out. I get that I'm having this experience, but it doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't have to stay the same. I don't have to live in this space forever, right? I can shift out of this. I can be the light. I can be an example of somebody who's done the inner work, who can be self-aware enough to know that this thought isn't benefiting me to my highest good. And so what I'll do then is move from that space, right? And it's like I feel like we forget so often, or we get so caught up in the stuff. We get so caught up in the nonsense. We get so caught up in things that don't serve us. We get caught up. I get it. It's very real. And it feels real for us. But you are a privileged human being. You have access to Facebook, which means you can create an online business. You can sell stuff on eBay or Amazon. you can create a revenue or income for yourself 100%. And so it's really about you understanding that you get to choose, which I talked a little bit about yesterday. You get to choose, you get to decide, you get to believe in yourself, you get to know that you are worthy of having everything that you want. And so if you look at being the light and what that means for you, if you think about it, I'm going to be the light today. What does that mean? That means I'm going to be happy. That means I'm going to be grateful for what I have. That means I'm going to get to have an experience that is different. That means I'm going to not let people and their human experience affect me. I'm going to allow myself to be the best possible version of me that I can be today. I mean, think about that. What would that actually look like? Being the best possible version of yourself. And we get so caught up in what we don't have and what we don't want that the light, the thing that we want to be, the experience and feeling we want to have, goes away. Why would you do that to yourself? Why would you put yourself in a place of, I'm not good enough, there isn't enough, X, Y, and Z? If you look at all of the things that have happened to you and that's what you're focusing on, you can't be the light. You can't be grateful for what you have. You can't be grateful for the food in the stomach, the roof over your head, the money you're making. I mean, what would it mean to just be able to show up at your job, at home, with your family, with your significant other? What would it mean to you if you actually showed up and you're like, I'm the light today? You don't have to say that to people, but if you were to, what would that feel like for you? What would it look like for you? How would you grow and change and evolve if you really think about it, right? And so I think it's incredibly beautiful that we get the opportunity to straight up be who we want to be. We get to show and express ourselves in a way that we normally wouldn't get to. And so I think it's so incredibly, incredibly important that when we ask ourselves, if I'm going to be the light, I'm going to be the light today in everything that I do. And that doesn't mean necessarily being fake or being inauthentic. It's about, I'm going to be the light, and being the light means being the best possible version of myself today. Which means if I have a human experience, it's okay, but it doesn't have to control me, and I can forgive myself and I can move on. I can choose again. I don't have to be stuck in that thought or that feeling that doesn't feel good, because I am the light, and the light doesn't have time for that. The light pushes past that. The light does everything in its power to make you feel good. So if you want to be the light, you can. And so I just invite you to think about that more today. And as you go throughout your day, just drop in the comments or come back and, or go onto my YouTube channel where this video will be posted. At the end of every week, I'm getting rid of these videos and I will be uploading them to my YouTube. And you 100% can answer, what does it mean for you to be the light? And if you need one exercise to change your opinion or change your perspective about something or to have a different experience, write down in the morning, I'm going to be the light. What does that look like for me today? What does it feel like for me today? So I hope you try this exercise. I hope you look into it more and what it means. I'll drop the link for the song as well that really got me on this topic and why I love the idea of just being the light, being the person who shines, right? When you shine, people want to be around you. People want to learn from you. People want to be supported by you. People want to listen to you. People want to get answers from you. So I encourage you and invite you to really think about this. Because I encounter so many deep, dark, toxic places of work and people who get involved in that. And if you're the light, then it helps neutralize and change how people treat each other and change how people feel about things. And it changes how you're treated. It's like the idea of why people in Kundalini yoga wear white. They wear white to amplify the aura, and it purifies you, or it purifies your aura rather. And so what ends up happening is people treat you differently. People look at you for sure, but they treat you differently. So I just invite you to really think about this and take this exercise throughout this week. I'm sure there will be plenty more for me to say for the next 7 days in terms of things you can add into your life. But I hope more than anything that you do give this a shot and you do give it a try and you let me know your experience, whether it's here on Facebook or there on YouTube. All right. I love you all. Have a beautiful day.